everybody is here, so we could try. Can you hear us?
Yes, yes. Oh.
Thank you very much. Raleigh is. Amit करते हैं, नहीं तो एक as many pictures as you want to do. But I just want to say something. Thanks to Dr. Shankar. Okay,
Thank you, thank you.
he has made me a non-resident of Raleigh. So आप मुझे citizenship दे दीजिए because Raleigh is my favorite place in the whole of USA. Normally I was telling him in the morning. Normally people say, "अरे इतने hectic tour में why Raleigh? Come to Boston instead. There are a lot of Indians there." I say no, Raleigh is a must. So I come here because it's a city of very wonderful people. In fact, I won't be wrong in saying if the cream of India comes here.
Yes.
So that's why I was very, very nervous because most of you are connected with science, you know about science, and all of you are the best brains of India who are here. So Pallavi and I were very nervous. That's why in the end he came and sat here. I said, I don't know how the reaction is going to be. But anyway, thank you. Thanks a lot for coming here. This was the most difficult film or any project I have done because we had a lot of responsibility on our shoulders. We thought that the story of Indian resilience, the story of India's can-do, the emerging new can-do culture should be showcased to the world.
Yes.
Because whenever, especially in US, ऐसा नहीं है कि आप ही लोग रहते हैं, मैं आप तो पहले ही यहाँ रह चुका हूँ. I studied here, so I know a bit about US. What happens in the West, they always focus on the fault lines. So therefore, that little boy who's standing here, he'll grow up thinking that everything in India is wrong. Okay, because they focus on caste, they say women are not empowered. So we took it upon us to let people know that how empowered Indian women are. Okay, just because they also look after their children, they do multitasking, they look after their in-laws and their parents and neighbors, and they do a whole lot of things at their nature. In the West, they think they are not empowered, right? But I think Indian women are the most empowered people on this earth. And if you don't believe me, just close your eyes and think about your own mothers. If you are standing here, think about your mother, the sacrifice she has made. You think about your mother, the sacrifice she has made. You think about your mother, the sacrifice she has made. And I believe that sacrifice is the highest and the most difficult quality to possess. And Indian mothers possess it better than anyone else in the world. And therefore it was important. This is a tribute to all our mothers. So you have to ensure that back home, make sure your moms see and just take a pledge with me that you will sponsor one ticket, which is hardly anything, 100, 200 rupees. If you are, most of you are from Telangana, वहाँ तो 100 रुपए का ticket होता है. Rest of Indians,
actually 10.
Yeah.
10.
So you make sure that you sponsor at least minimum one ticket for the maid servant of your house back home. If you don't have a family, because when we talk about women of India, we normally think about the women we know, okay, but we don't realize that the maid servants of India, they make our lives so easy, and their sacrifice, their resilience, their hard work is something which big corporations must learn from how they manage themselves. Will you do that?
Yes.
Okay. So before I give it to Pallavi, आप लोग मेरे साथ बोलेंगे India can
Do it.
India can
Do it.
ऐसा मरा नहीं यार, हाथ उठना चाहिए. India can
Do it.
India can
Do it.
India can
Do it.
Good. Here is from Pallavi.
Where are you going next from here?
Orlando. Tomorrow morning.
So I can't tell you how proud I am to be standing here as a woman and as an actor who stayed a woman scientist. Chandrayaan तो अभी आप सबने देखा ही है, but जब when Mangalyaan rocket was launched, I distinctly remember the live telecast I had seen on television. All the rocket scientists were wearing their Kanchivaram saris, they were wearing their gajras, they were wearing their bhaswam, and everybody was praying before the launch. And this is such a unique side. I think this happens only in India where, you know, you could be a scientist at work, but you are still religious at home, you know. So that was one source of inspiration. And the maidservant that you see in the film, we have a maid at home who comes, you know, every day, and she talks politics with us. She talks about what happens in Maharashtra politics. She talks about what happens. She talks about Sharad Pawar. So that's why every time we talk about women of India, as Vivek said, we generally miss that class completely. But they do so much work. And that woman single-handedly earns money for her entire family. She's educated her children. They go to English medium schools. Her daughter is now doing physiotherapy. Very soon she will be a professional. So for women like that, we have to do something. And when this idea came about, we thought that what could we know better to do than to showcase what women are doing in India today. If you know that, you know, there are, I think most number of women pilots are in India. Yeah. And because of our nature, because we are, as Vivek said, we multitask and then we take more responsibilities on us. We are very sought after at workplaces also. So give yourself a big, you know, cheer. You're doing great. And especially for the women in America, I would like to say one thing. I know you work harder than you work back at home because Sari helped you through something like that, but here you do so much more.
We call ourselves ABCD. हम ही आया, हम ही बैरा, हम ही cook, हम ही
Give yourself some pat on the back. And India can do it. This is the women of India can do
What
it.
is the next project की secret है? Kashmir Files 2. मैं चाय बना के लेके आऊँगी आपके लिए.
Chandrayaan 3 can be a good project.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
We can talk all day about Vivek and Pallavi. They are like a front foot soldiers in India. They're in one part. About nationalism. We all have pride in India inside. But Vivek, whenever he comes here, he breaks it up. He brings it more on every one of us. In 2021, December 11, we had a premiere Kashmir Files. The movie collected close to 400 crores.
Wow.
And we all wish our maximum order will surpass that more than likely, yes, with all your blessings. And Vivek, he sleeps with India, he wakes up with India, all day he talks about India. You know, he saw every dialogue about to just bring more pride in all of us.
Yes.
So thank you on behalf of all of us, on behalf of all about it.
When they are releasing in India this movie?
All over the world on 28th of
September. So, we want to bring
Wow.
Mr. Jai Chaudhary.
Jai Chaudhary ji,
And it is Anand Chaturdashi on 28th.
right, on behalf of North Carolina State, Jai Chaudhary ji here to present the memento.
Yes, thank you, Vivek and Pallavi. I got to see this movie with my mother.
Where is
So,
she?
yeah. Where is my mom?
Where is
in the back.
Mom?
Mom in the back. There she is. But I want to say a couple of things. One is, I know when we were watching the COVID vaccine in India, what this movie, I think, certainly tells a story that is not told of is the sense of persistence and resilience and changing spirit of being able to vaccinate more than 2 billion people, which is an unimaginable feat if you think about it. It could only be done with the persistence that we saw. And secondly, as you call it Dr. Abraham from now on, is the portrayal, as you mentioned, of women and what they were able to achieve. I will say that I have a certificate on behalf of the state of North Carolina that I wanted to present to you. I know tonight, and best of wishes as this movie premieres in September. But thank you for telling this amazing story. Congratulations.
From the state.
Thank you to all of you. There's one thing I want to say. See,
There is one thing I want to tell you. Pallavi was telling me outside when I was sitting there very often when you go to a museum or you go to a fine arts exhibition or you go to theatre to see a play, anything which is art form, you don't say कि चलो बोर हो रहे हैं कुछ museum घुमाते हैं. You never say that.
No.
You say it for the movies. But the kind of movie this is, nobody is going to say चलो बोर हो रहे हैं, let's see what it is. Right? You will see it only because you are interested.
Yes.
And so therefore it is very difficult to make these kind of films. And it's very difficult to release them and then market them and to reach the audience. I thank all of you for loving and supporting Kashmir Files. But this is a more important film from Indian point of view.
Yes.
All of you are brand ambassadors of India here. I want you to walk with your shoulders up and your head high. Okay, and for that this film is very important in changing the perception about India. Please become brand ambassadors. It's your film, it's not our film, now it's your film. Write on social media, write a review, back home, write to your friends and family. Ask them to see this film wherever you can. And if you do that, this will go a long way. We'll be able to make more films like this, in the future. Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm a biotech scientist based in North Carolina and working on monoclonal antibodies and vaccines, etc. I have followed this entire sequence since the COVID started. In fact, I couldn't attend the Kashmir Files because of the COVID issue. And it's incredible. I have followed the journey, the mRNA vaccine, the co-vaccine, everything shown in this movie is absolutely true and absolutely correct. How they go from rodents to human primates on phase 0 and then to phase 2 and phase 1 and phase 2, and at the end of phase 2 how emergency approval is given, including the same thing in the US as well.
Wow.
I invested in Accugen stock, which is the Covaxin, and I lost money because the emergency approval was not given in the United States for the Covaxin. But इतने में मैं इंडिया की मैप नहीं बेचूं, सिकंदर से इतने में सिकंदर इंडिया का मैप नहीं बेचूं. That's what these people have done in India. And then hats off to Vivek ji and Pallavi ji who have brought this.
It's a very good movie, and I know because scientists there's a lot of English, like the place I come from, काफी लोग अभी भी English, तो ऐसा कुछ plan है कि there'll be some dubbing, some lines in Hindi to reach more, because I want all my people from my village want to see this movie.
Where is your village?
बांसवाड़ा राजस्थान में है.
राजस्थान में भी समझ जाएंगे.
हाँ मैं फोन में सुन रहा हूँ. I just want more people to see and understand and
We
spread
are
it.
trying. If you become the brand ambassador and if you write it on social media, people will definitely come and watch.
No, but the emotions behind this movie, like the mother emotion, the maid emotion, that is more connecting. Like this is also the great topic like COVID vaccine, but the emotions behind that is very important and very gripping. So that I love personally.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say to them how much I hated you in Kashmir.
Yeah, we all hated you.
How much I hated you and how much we loved your
Loved you.
accent and the way you look.
Nation loved you, gave national
I
award.
was telling what a coincidence we are sitting in neighborhood of Pfizer. Pfizer. You say that India rejected Pfizer. Sir,
Reaction Pfizer यहीं पे आपको पता है?
पता नहीं.
I have one question. How are you going to get the screen? How many screening you going to get?
I don't know. If you raise the voice strongly, I get more screens. If you don't raise the voice,
Where in India or here?
you raise your voice right to everybody.
Talk about India.
Now here also.
Here also CARY is saying
Yeah.
In India, sir, you don't have any competition. On 28, I don't think
इंडिया
anyone.
हमारी फिल्मों का कंपटीशन अलग जगह से आता है. हमारी फिल्मों का अलग से आता है.
But you did wonder in, that Kashmir Files. Everybody in India recognized that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Work was so much well done.
Anyway, it will come.
Sir, you're blocking it. Sorry. Oh, thank you.
This movie should
It's quite late now. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. We love you all. We meet you outside.
this movie should be published in telecast in Parliament and all assemblies in India. This movie should telecast in Parliament and all assemblies in India.
It's very, very important. They should learn this.
आइए
Thank you.
Do it.